Check, check. This is Rex. Just doing a quick walkthrough of testing everything. Really want to expect, or I don't expect everyone to understand or to grasp where we're at when it comes to society. But we have endless amounts of opportunity that we can capitalize on if we can just keep our cool. And in this day and age, because there is so many distractions, there's so many options to do something, to do anything, that it's hard to stay focused on your path. And now, with these new NIL rules and just society changing, where businesses are required to be online to have a online presence, so then they can be validated. In the past, you just walk up to the store for proof, but now you have to make sure you have an online presence. So everyone is unsure about this. There's those who are cashing out up top because they are so confident in themselves and their game and their support circle and everyone that has helped them with their upbringing. And then there's those who don't really care and they're just showing up to the game just to play, but then now they're actually helping someone else achieve their goals because that person that has achieved their goals, they still need you as a cog in the system. Now, and this is not supposed to be a negative conversation. I'm just talking from a point of because of today's societal norms, even that cog in the system has an opportunity to make money for playing a game that they enjoy. Now, if you don't enjoy the game that you're playing, then what are you doing? Why are you playing sports? Go do something else. But you're wasting time over here. In this day and age, you need to find what you love as soon as possible. Now, I'm not forcing you to commit to anything because again, I didn't. I'm 28 now. I'm about to turn 29 this month. I'm still unsure what I want to do day to day, but I have a better and bigger understanding of what I enjoy and what I stand for, and that can look different in different spaces. But we have to follow societal norms. This app, Athlete Ledger, is supposed to be an aid or some kind of help for you. So then you have more certainty, you have more understanding of how you're navigating this new space. Businesses are trying to get the most attention for the cheapest price. Athletes are trying to get the most payment for the amount of eyes that they can attract. And you need a place to organize everything because it starts from you doing your athletic training and your wellness practices to make sure that you can perform to the best of your abilities. Helps with what team or what city, what area, what league, all these different things that you decide to try to perform in to see if you are the best fit in that play style or in that area or in that environment. And then there are businesses that know that everyone has, again, so much to watch, so much to see, so much to just invest their attention in. That's the currency, attention. These businesses are willing to, for lack of a better term, have a bunch of fish in a barrel, give you guys cheap stuff, or not even give you anything. Just be like, hey, like, shout us out. Just any way to exploit, any way to figure out this new game. Because in the past, it was who had the most money to put it on the place that has the most eyes. That no longer exists. It's an even playing field. And whoever has power, whoever has control, they hate that because now that requires more effort. So again, this app, this tool, Ledger, this is to help you navigate through this space where there are so many traps set in place for those who are very confident in themselves. So confident to where they don't feel like they need help from other people. So then the way that the rules are set up, you will attract a certain type of deal, offer, business, whatever. But if you do not have the right steps in that journey, or if you do not document things correctly, you will be deemed ineligible. So again, everything has, especially in this world, especially in a capitalistic system, there are ongoing, but there's a slither. If you can navigate, if you know when to turn left, know when to stop, know when to turn right, know when to accelerate, you can get to this one. In the past, it was a lot of nepotism. He said, she said. Right, example, situations like from the movie Blindside, right? A kid that gets adopted, they see the athletic potential, so then they'll provide the support. So then now he will turn right, left, north, south, east, west. It's funny how the correlation from really good athletes, natural athletes, they don't necessarily have that same support group because of circumstances. But because of those same circumstances, they were able to just focus and double down and find the goods, bad, experience the full aspect of the game that they fell in love with. That makes the best of the best. So, all that to say, that is supposed to help those who are forced to fall in love with their game. And with that same love and confidence that you have developed over years, right? Not playing video games endlessly, not staying inside and eating sugary snacks till your eyes fall out, not doing all these different things that are, again, traps that are set up for us to become just cogs in a machine. So now is the time for you to not only rise to the occasion, but also raise the standards. And this is mostly for the younger generation. I'm like the end of Gen Z, if not, or like late millennial, or they say like there's like a generation in between. It was like the kids who are too young for millennials, but we were here and had some kind of cognition before technology was implemented into our day-to-day life. Having, I don't know. I'll say this: being so close to this technology boom and having empathy, understanding where people are coming from, playing sports, growing up, and my circumstances are different. That'll be a different video. It's a heartbreak when you can't extend your athletic career when you have dedicated your life to it. And there's so many mindless people walking around here in America specifically that have dedicated their livelihood, their younger years, their youth, all that to a sport. And then once it just came to a point to where they didn't make the cut, the coach didn't like them. They didn't post things on time. They didn't have a support group to even get film of them. They couldn't even get a ride to the game. All these little things, all these little traps. The fact that you ran into that trap and you did so much, right? That heartbreak of just being pulled from your game and being forced into society, back into Gen Pop. It's a heartbreak. And that's the reason why our wellness and fitness industry is booming. It's almost in the billions. Actually, I'm sorry. It's almost in the trillions. Because there's this heartbreak. There's this hole in people's hearts because they grew up with a certain physicality level, but then now their day-to-day job makes them shut that part of their brain off. When in reality, our body and our brain needs that part to actually function to our best of our abilities. So then again, we're trapped. It's funny because this is like the first thing I've done without a script. I'm just talking right now because this was supposed to be a test, so I hope this actually captures it. I'll put this on my website as the placeholder while I still work on a better developing, I don't know, you know what I mean, a better developing video to walk through. But I'll go through what the website's supposed to look like, okay? But hey, thanks for letting me rant. I know I kind of didn't even finish the thought. I was just ranting, but I realized I should start this because I'm already 9 minutes in. But, yeah, let's get to it. Give me 1 second. Cars are racing. All right, here we go. Oh. So a little bit about myself. So I go by Coach Guy. My friends call me Guy. It's my middle name. I'm actually Rexford de Mausollier. It's my family name. I'm a coach here in Southern California in the Orange County area. I'm also a personal trainer. I train athletes and general population. And, geez Louise. And over the past few years, and I've been coaching for about 6 years now, it made me uh, realize how broken the system is compared to what's available now. So, with that awareness, I have created this website or this app. It's called Athlete Ledger. So, we can read this down together. Athlete Ledger turns your hustles into a real NIL game plan. Build a real athletic brand. Find the right local businesses. Learn how to talk money without losing your eligibility or your mind. Because again, this is a very stressful, situation. You want to see her? There you go. What's up, Sloan? What's up? Anyway. So, I'm on the wrong thing. Hold up. Un momento, por favor. Bow. Wait, there we go. All right. So, this video here, what you're watching now, should be right here. But this is supposed to be just an overall summary of how to even use this tool or feature when you dive into the NIL space. Again, because it is in development, I will hand this out for free. Because not only am I learning, we're all learning together. So ongoing feedback would be fantastic. Once I feel like it is polished enough, then it will go into production. And I still think it's probably going to be free, just with ads. Think of it like a Huddle or like Max Preps, because it's the same market. Okay. So this is the homepage, just understanding what will go on. Let's say if you want to just read the rules and guidelines first, this is more so for those parents and coaches that just want to really understand what's going on. So, first thing, right? Protect your eligibility first. This is more so for high school students, high school and college. Middle school is way more lenient because if there's a middle school or junior high kid or elementary kid that is that locked in, that far away from their competition, like that, just that, like that far, you get your roses, right? The game is not there yet because once we start to regulate too young, that's where, in my opinion, things will start to go left or right. But right now it's the Wild Wild West. It's whatever says go. But protect your eligibility first. Avoid using school logos and marks without official permission. High school, you're not allowed to, at least in California. But usually California, runs the legal side of things. Like, California's first. Sorry, everyone else. Anyway, just safer to don't associate yourself with the school because now that helps also your career longevity. Right, when you see an actor that is has such a big role in a movie, let's say Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man, it's hard to now see him somewhere else, right? Keep deals separate from recruiting, playing time, and promises around the game. Again, that's more so for college. High school, hey, if you're at that point to where you're getting that's fantastic. There are ways to actually navigate that. So, if you feel like you want to learn more about that, just hit me up. I got you. You don't want to do NIL alone, and that's what this is all about, right? Looping a parent or guardian for messages, meetings, and agreements, because you're a kid. We all have brain rot, so it can't hurt to have all our rotted brains work together on one thing, right? Ask coaches what's okay and what to avoid around practices and games. That's subjective. Hopefully, your coach is on the same team. Just be aware. Consider professional advice from taxes, contracts, and entities. I am also networking to get get a legal team with Athlete Ledger because that is the next step, just to make sure that you are complying, right? Because you are a business. Even though you might be 12 and you don't go to class every day, you are literally a walking business. It's not a good business, but you are a walking business. So you need to have the right people in play. Excuse me. Don't let NIL wreck your school or sport. So school comes first. You have to have good grades to even do all this. You need to have a good reputation in school. If you're good at your sport but no one likes you, that's even worse. Now you're going to just have people not liking you. You're just putting a target on your back. Now, It's never too late. If you feel like you're just that big of a fish for your pond and you're just eating everything around you, okay, do a league or do something like that outside of your school, outside of your state, outside of your age range. Excuse me. If you're really that tough and you can go up and play two grades higher, then great. Because that mentality, that being a bully, that is the right mentality to have, but it needs to be cultivated in the right setting because you cannot be, I don't know, there's ebbs and flows. Like it's a balance. But you need to have a certain approach towards the task to persevere through the mud, right? Let's analogy. Let's say if you've ever seen those boats that go through the Arctic, right? They have icebreakers in the front because it is a hard environment to get through, right? So you need to have sharp edges to break through. Now, if you had that same boat, and let's say you're in a populated area with a lot of people, and that was unnecessary, exactly, you know what I mean? Okay, so know what you're really trading. All right, deliverables, dates, payments should be clear and in writing. You should not be like, hey, if someone says, hey, I'll get you next time, or do this for me first, and I'll get the thing written out. No, like everything should be in writing before things set off. That's done deals. Again, if you really want to learn more, just don't be a stranger. Reach out. Again, this is going to be mostly more for the people that I know. Reach out. I'll help you just get started because it is such a wild west. There's these rules are more suggestions, but if you really don't have any idea, follow these rules. Okay. Track links or promo codes so businesses can see results. Not only businesses, but let's say when things start to get too out of control, I already have a feeling that the state foundations, the state whatever it is that's regulating just like the state conferences and stuff like that, they're going to ask for documentation to be submitted, just like taxes. So you have to make sure that you're tracking everything that you do, not only for businesses, but for your school and for your career. And that's what this whole thing is for. So you want to be realistic. Small local fits beat random big promises. Just don't bite off more than you can chew. So start small, start local, then go big. That's literally how it always works. That's how celebrities work. That's how artists work. That's how athletes work. Okay, so don't change it up. Be honest and compliant on content. Right, disclose sponsored content when required by platinum rules. Right. If you're embarrassed about who is sponsoring you, then don't even do it. But it should be known that hey, like look, there's a business that is willing to take an investment or a gamble on an athlete, and vice versa. Okay, so just so people understand. Keep it respectable, age appropriate, and safe for parents and coaches. Duh. Like, come on now. Doesn't even make sense, bro. If you won't say it in the classroom, which a lot of you guys be saying some crazy stuff in the classroom. So if you won't say it at church, but a lot of us ain't religious. If you wouldn't say this in front of your grandmother, just don't say it online. Because your grandmother's watching this, okay? Don't make claims you can't back. Simple as that, right? Let the pads do the talking if you're a football player. Let the spikes do the talking if you're a volleyball player. Time lie if you're a track player. It's all about the performance rate, right? So don't claim anything. Just have your actions do the talking, and things will flow, right? So athlete leisure is education, not legal or financial advice. That's what I'm working on the outside. That's going to connect this all together. But this app helps you think. Don't replace pros. For contracts, taxes, and entities considered a qualified professional. When you need that bigger level, that's more national level to where that's what you see in the newspapers. So that's why, again, there's so much confusion because you only see what the top of the top is doing, not what everyone else is capable of doing. Okay. And then when in doubt, pause and ask first. If there's a business that is pushing you to try to move at a certain pace, that is a red flag. They would rather be compliant and everyone's enjoying the process. So then now, not only does their reputation, improve, but then now there are more athletes willing to do more for less. So this is a whole new market. I'm telling you guys, like people don't really understand what's about to happen. Like things are gonna get weird fast. Okay, so if you're already in that space, spending hundreds, thousands of dollars on your kid, why not get some of this back, right? Why not make more? Right? If you're a stay-at-home mom, you can be a team man. Like, oh my goodness, there's so much that's about to go off. So I just hope we're ready. Okay. All right. Next thing, athlete profile builder. Okay, so right, you put your name, Rex, D. Level. Post grad. I'm a little old. At my sport, I played football. Americano. Played receiver. I was long snapper. I played. I guess I gotta add the sport separately. I try to be lazy. Whatever. I'm typing with one hand. It's weird. Okay. I was a receiver, long snapper. I was also tight end. Not gonna lie. I was a big boy. Boom. I feel like there should be a way for me to add. Whatever. I think I'm gonna work more on that because I don't want it to be spammy, right? I would prefer football, all the positions next to each other. But I also play basketball. We're playing back. Okay, anyway. Here we go. I was a forward, but not a good forward. I might have been the center. All right, location. I'm in Orange County, but I'll do state. I'm in Huntington Beach. Yes, I know. All right, my social handles, right, or anyone's social handles. And again, all this information is being stored here. Where's D at? Oops, I'm not even reading it. So you got name and school. All right, so you put your full name here. I'll probably change that because school name, last school I went to or a school that I'm coaching at pretty soon. I'll put the acronyms. CCHS, all right? Postgrad, basketball, Huntington Beach, social handles, so Instagram, at Monster Mastery, that's my training page. I try to have the same clarity approach when it comes to training as this video. So if you're ever interested or you have a question, don't hesitate to even leave a comment on one of the videos and ask. And I'll be happy to make a video about it. Okay. Full profile. I don't even know what that is. Full profile. Maybe just putting the name. But go ahead and just put your handle for now. It should be fine. TikTok. Same thing. Monster Mastery. Right, and you continue to do that. I have YouTube and I got YouTube. I'm also on Twitch. I'm also on X. Oh, I'm stupid. And then I had a Snapchat, but who's using that? Not Facebook. All right. So right, again, they're all getting added somewhere. So followers across platform. I think on a good day, or if I'm being hopeful right now, I probably have 1,000. I hope so. I'm praying. I got at least 1,000. Hopefully. All right. Now, my content style. That's not my style. Good at it. Mic'd up moments. I wish in the game. So that's my dream. Film breakdown. Probably start doing that. I do have that. Right. You can also mention things that you're willing to do too. So, clicking on all the categories, your personalities and values, right? I'm a straight shooter. But this is where you can use, it helps to have a family. I mean, it always helps to have a family. But it helps to have a group around you to really dissect and break down who you are. Not just, not from your perspective, but from your most intimate circle's perspective too. Because you only know so much about you. You only learn when something's on your face when you look into a mirror. So just remember, at one time they didn't have mirrors. Anyway, yeah, straight shooter. Let's say versatile. Cool. Nice. Oh, let's spell versatile right. Versatile. Did I know I did it first time? Okay. Now, values. Yeah, I agree. I'll go with the lame ones or the obvious ones. Grit. I mean, it's not obvious. It's just what people think sounds good. But this is where you need to get creative. Really, take your time filling this out. I understand this is a lot of information too. Again, I am working on it, but I will reformat how everything looks. Grit, discipline, determine, blah, blah, blah. Time capacity. So how many hours a week you're willing to work? Because you have school and stuff, so you can be real and be like, hey, I only got 1 hour for you. I got 12 minutes a day. I take that other day off. Like that's all I got. So this is just your professionalism, right? Emerging, right? You're just starting. This is where you're around like 500 followers. You need to have more than 50 posts. I'm not gonna lie. You need to be consistent. You can't just be, you can't be a ghost. You have to be commenting on stuff. So that's emerging. So 500 followers with about 50 posts. Developing, you're around 100 posts with 1,000 followers. And then polished is where you break. Polished is where you break around, like, let's say 1,000 or 2,000 followers. Okay. And at that point, even if you only have 5 posts with 2,000 followers and they're all real and your engagement levels through the roof, that's a goal. Like, that's they're licking your lips, or they're licking somebody's lips getting licked. Just know that, okay? But that's a rare thing. That's like, again, what I was saying before. There's a kid that's 9 years old that just blew competition out of the water, right? He's playing against high schoolers. Like, what? How does he keep him up, right? As soon as he makes a page, people are gonna follow that story because it's just such a cool story, So those are the gold mines that they're the ones that could be making millions of dollars. But it's just, do they have the right guidance? That's the whole point. Media kit. So hero image. So you'll upload, let's say like a headshot that you get from. Let's say you upload a headshot that you get from the team photographer or whatever. Or let's say if you have it posted somewhere online, you can add the URL. Logos. This is, again, your business, your brand. Add your logo. For those who don't know what your logo is, just use a logo generator online. Again, using your values, your personality, your preferences, all that. You can put that into an AI now, and that will help you create a logo. Again, if you need help with that, I'm your man. I got you. We can do that together. Brand colors. What's your favorite color, bro? Ma'am, whoever it is. What's your favorite color? Make it happen. Okay? Put it on there. Sample social posts, captions. So this is like just for text format. So this is an example of what your vocabulary is like. How do you sound when you talk? Because again, businesses would like to know what they're getting into. So you post that there. External media kit links. So imagine that you already have a few posts. Excuse me. Just to export your post and put it in one spot. You put it into a Google Drive. Put the link here. If you need help, I got you. Support team. So then you add your coaches, trainers, specialists who support you. So think of anyone that you have ran into at a camp. Someone who sat down and had a conversation with you. That helps and adds up when it comes to your recruiting process. When it comes to extending your athletic career, coaches and other teams and other organizations, they would like to know, who have you been rubbing elbows with? Who has given you guidance? Who has given you pointers? Because the pristine athlete, you are not like the general population. The mindset is different. So if they see that you've had that exposure to that type of mindset, they can now feel more confident in the gamble that they're going to take on you. Decision circle. Can't even speak. Decision circle. These are the people likely to be involved in partnership, right? So it's like your parent, guardian, mentor, advisor, coach, best friend, whoever it is that, even somebody that you're playing with on the street, 3 years older, right? You never know, right? There's always that person that helps. And just add them in here. Because now, whoever you're dealing with, they know that you're not alone. You actually got a team. You running deep. All right? Now, academic and life, right? You're going to put the school name again. The grade. All right? So let's say school. Bow. Bow. I mean, if I'm being honest, wait, hold up. I'm in grade like 23. Oh, damn. I'm just 23. I'm in grade 23. All right. Ooh, this is the most important. GPA. If you say prefer not to say, that's the problem. Okay? But I put it on here. Because why not? I'll give you the option. But this is probably the bare minimum that you can get away with. 2.5 to 3. If you really want to make money from this. If you just want to have one opportunity and blah, blah, blah. Like things just fell in line for you just because why not? You can do prefer not to say. You can be below 2.5. But if you want to have a consistent system to where you can now attract eyes consistently and be paid for it, they need to make sure that you know how to at least open a book. They need to know how you know. They need to know if you know how to use a pencil, right? They need to know that you know how to put your name on a piece of paper. and that will get you a 2.5. Especially as an athlete, and you have a good personality, and you show up to class consistently. That will get you a 2.5. Okay, your teachers are there to help you, not hurt you. All right, academic interests. So think your favorite class. My class was PE. That's why I'm a coach. Like I really loved physical activity, or I'm sorry, physical education. Advisors, right? Whoever's there, right? You like teach, and then if you want to, you can add a principal. Probably just add the people you cool with. If I'm being honest, add the people you cool with that's in the admin and that's willing to do this. There's probably an advisor. At least for high school, there's advisors, college advisors, and then there's for sure like an assistant coach or someone like that, even a head coach that'll be willing to do that. Availability. This is where you just I don't even know. Label. I'll figure that out. But right, you can now mark which days that you're available and the time range. I say from, let's say at lunch. Let's say you're really balling like that. And you're like, you know what? I only have time at lunch, right? Everything else is organized. Okay? So from 12 to 12:45, I'm free to do your posts, your little funky posts at Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. All right? Sounds good? Boom. Okay? International student, special work restrictions, right? That one, just click it just because, you don't want to work. You don't want to mess up, your chances of staying here in this country just for the sake of a deal that wasn't even 100%. Again, if you need help with something, I got you. I'll just say quick tip. If you don't have to post it to the clearinghouse, you're probably good, and I'll teach you what kind of deals that you don't have to post. Okay? Performance story, key milestone. So let's say an example for me. We won in 8th grade. I was on an AAU basketball team. We won our division. Then we got bumped up a grade, and I was in 8th grade, so we were playing like ninth graders, probably 10th graders. But they're out there dunking, and we were barely keeping up. But that was a huge milestone for me just because of that exposure of that level of caliber of player. So I'll type that on there, right? AAU, Las Vegas, second place. No. Okay. Current focus, right? So let's say performance, right? Because it doesn't even have to be the same sport, So like basketball, AAU, current focus is football, right? But I took my exposure to that level of competitiveness to football. If future goals to come, get recruited or play. I'll say play, bro. Space. I don't get no space. Play receiver. No, you gotta figure that out. I think it's supposed to be a number, but no, you play receiver at, let's say, USC. Wow. That's a goal. All right. Optional training recovery log. This is more so for your recruiting process, so then coaches know that you actually are familiar with how to maintain your body, and they're not dependent on just keeping you alive. Because the worst thing that you can do now is invest so much time in a student, and they're not even ready to run at the right pace, and they can't stay healthy. So that they not only will they just like you'll get the coldest shoulder. I'm telling you, like just to avoid all that emotional turmoil. If you have, right, you can put a date. Like, hey man, I was in there last night. I was getting work done, bro. So like I was recovering. Description, I'm being like, I did an ice bath and sauna. Wow. Like I'm doing it all. I'm ready. I don't know what this is. I gotta work on that. Intensity, I mean, moderate. I ain't gonna lie, that ice bath got me. All right, but now just you knowing what every step that you're doing, just you documenting it. Not only will it help who you're involving yourself with, but just for yourself, just understanding how committed you are, and your value. You should know how much you're worth just because of how much effort you put in. So monetization interests, we have the local brand partnerships, we have regional national brand deals, we have camps and clinics, we have appearances and speaking, digital products, merch, e-commerce, oh my goodness. And then charity and impact events. So these are just the different ways that you feel most comfortable putting yourself out there, right? And the amount of time that you have available. Local brand partnerships, usually that's like social media posts. So let's say if you're an introvert, you don't want to speak. I doubt you're doing appearances, or at least you're willingly doing appearances and speaking. but you're down for to do some merch, right? You can stay quiet and hold up your shirt, but you don't want to do a camp. You don't want to host a camp or a clinic and like challenging kids that are trying to challenge you, right? So like that's a whole different caliber. But if you see, the name of the game is doing the camps and clinics because even the pros are doing that because that's the best touch point to get with your audience while also them seeing you in your best element. Okay, so if you can, I will work with you to try to get to camps and clinics, and everything else will follow. But if we can get this down, we're gonna be all right. All right, compliance and NIL contacts, compliance contacts. Probably someone that's at the school, probably the AD, or some colleges now that they now have an actual representative for NIL. Then you would just copy and paste the school NIL policy. If they do not have it, then you don't have to post it. But every school is going to have some small blurb or something on their home website. Because again, recruiting is now going to be, even at the high school level, recruiting is going to be affected. If there's a kid that everyone was going to Mater Dei before. Mater Dei just kind of got beat up this season. But now, why would I be one of the top rated players and second or third on the list when I can get paid more in a different city that is waiting for my type of personality and play style? So it's an even playing field now, right? Not everyone's going to go to the same schools anymore, which is great. Associative collectives. So I'm also starting a collective. Again, a collective is a group of businesses that is willing and have been working with athletes, right? So the banking, doubling, our main source or one of our main sources of marketing is going to be athletes. So let's join this collective. At the college level, this same collective that is usually by the school, they siphon money through there so they know they can do pay for play for players, right? Again, because the rules are so new, they're more like guidelines. They're just telling you how things need to sound or appear. So you having to keep track and having one spot to keep everything in line, it'll help you know how to navigate the rules and how to keep the narrative correct. Okay. I collective name. So I got one. Monster Collective. Because Monster Mastery. If you can see, you have a monster vibe because I'm trying to help you grow your inner ego because that's what helps you. Whatever. Anyway, I'll talk about that later. Contacts, phone number, email, whatever. Knows about the collective. Where it's located. So it'll be like a SoCal. That'll be like Orange County. Orange County Collective. Probably more so for small businesses and navigating the local deals. I know I'm getting all over the place. If you can't follow, hit me up. I got you. Recruiting profile, physical attributes. Okay, this looks different on a different format, but hey, just because we're on here. So here it'd be, I think it's height. Oh no, weight, height. One of these is like wingspan. Something else. How do I make this full screen now? What the heck? I gotta fix that. Anyway, but yeah, you'll be able to enter your physical attributes. I will also be having different attributes to list based off of the sport that you inputted in the beginning, because different sports, they pay attention to different things. Sport specific metrics. So, because I'm a football player, I'm just gonna stay with the football and basketball. So, for example, when you add the metrics, it's like a 40-yard dash. If those who play football, if you're in that 4-4 category, you're gonna be all right. Okay, so just having that on your page, having that badge, you're gonna be all right. So game film links. So if you have Huddle, YouTube links, whatever, so recruiters can evaluate you quickly. Jeez, I need some water. Help me. But yeah, there's that. How much time I'm at 39. Okay. Are you with me? So hey, if you don't want to just sit here and watch me yap, go ahead and go somewhere else or check out the page yourself. Now, next one. Oh my goodness, yeah, we're 30 minutes in and we're only in the first tab. So again, hey, this is gonna be. I was talking to someone and they said, hey, you need to add a save and come back feature, which I couldn't agree more because this is a lot. Now, if you see right here, all the information that I went down and put into, some of it is here, but you will see your public profile here. Oh, okay. It should be there. Oh, okay. Did I not save it? I did not save it. So hey, make sure to always save your work, please. Please. All right. So hey, you guys are really you're here. You're here with me. Great. So once you do all that work and then you don't, lose it, don't piss it down the drain. Then you go over to Discover. So I still need to connect the Yelp API. But what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to look up businesses in your area, local businesses. So let's say if I'm in Huntington, I would do Huntington Beach and look for a pizza spot. And then I'll be able to find, look at that. I'll be able to find the location, right? Bam, bam, boom. So let's say if I add it. Has the ratings, right, that you find from Yelp. So you know exactly what they're for, right? Matches. We would rerun it. You know what? Give me 1 second. Let's see what's going on. Can I change this? Well, hey, we're having some technical difficulties, so bear with me. But I'm not able to show you how to do this. Okay, so it helps to have multiple versions of this. But again, this is for free while I am ironing out all these wrinkles, okay? So, transfer it over to this, right? When you put the information in, bada boom, bada bing, bada wing. Wait, can you guys even see? Hold up, let me move myself. Oh, not you. Let me move me. I'll move me and I'll shrink myself. Hey, if you're still here after all this, I appreciate your support. I really do. Like, this is incredible. Right? I'm just a guy. That's it. Not just a girl. I'm a guy. Anyway, if you see here, right? Okay, so yeah, height, weight, wingspan, hand size. Okay, so that's feet, inches, dominant hand. Okay, perfect. Brand story and performance. So all the stuff that you put up before, that should be right here. Media kit, that should be right here. I don't know why there's a whole. Okay, yeah, that's your profile. Okay, all right. Going to the business. Again, there's so many different formats, but I'm going to iron it out. It's going to look like what you saw before, but this is going to be the functionality. So you'll be able to just copy and paste a link here, and then it'll be able to input all this information down low. If for some reason it doesn't work, then you would have to manually put in the business name, location, social links, if you have any, websites. Okay, website. Now for the description, I would go to the About section on the website or social media, copy it and paste it here in the description. Okay, then you would input it, and then it would come down right here. So for those who are in the area, if y'all know about Donuttery, holla at me. That place is great. Let's actually try to add a gym too, because why not? So Dude, can't you spell? Barely. All right, search that suck up. So I got Beast Mode Gym. So do fill form. There. So now that's there. Imported from search. I didn't add a description. I'll say Beast of a Gym. Focused on athletic. Hold on. Thank you. Focus on athletic development. Okay. Now I save it. Boom. I think. There it is. Yeah, right here. Okay. So if I view match, so now I went from business. Okay. Well, I'll tell you that later. Now, next, discover. Okay. There's an extra tab I will for sure on the newer version. Man, this video is gonna suck. But hey, thanks for hanging around. Discover Business is gonna also be on the bit like it's the same thing. So I don't know why. But what's supposed to be different here is that now there's gonna be a map. So imagine if it was like Google Maps. You'll be able to search just based off of going around and seeing who's where and who's what. Load. Okay. All right. So if I'm like, you know what, I want to go to Lovesack. Hey, yo. I want to do nothing bunk cakes. All right, Whole Food Markets, right? It's just being able to now search businesses this way. You click on it, and then you'll be able to add it. Okay, so it's gonna be that format, but here. Okay, just for those like if you don't know where to start, you can now find. Now going to the matches. If I say rerun, these are the businesses that you inputted here or that you clicked on in the Discover tab. So the matches, it'll let you know based off of the brand, are you that good of a match? Audience, match, integration, as in like, are you guys compatible? 75. So it ranks it as a good fit and it's a local opportunity. I don't know what your town is, but hey, it's my town. Strong alignment with clear overlaps, a few tweaks to timing or content, and this can really work. Worth reaching out soon, right? Again, you do not, as soon as you identify a potential match, you do not have to reach out to them immediately. This works in pieces. If you have a team, like if you have a relative or even some kind of advisor or coach or trainer that you've hired that you're willing to pay, they can now do this in a streamlined process. Okay, so estimated opportunity costs, right? Estimated time per week is probably 3 hours. Estimated duration 8 weeks. So it's a pretty hefty opportunity cost, right? It's medium. So you probably spend 3 hours per week on light collaboration activities. Good fit means that it works. Should be manageable. So because it fits into your thing. Because if you're an athlete, you'll be a great spokesman for a gym that focuses on athletes. Okay. Strategy and playbook. My goodness, I need some water, but I ain't got none, and I'm thugging it out. Here we go. So strategy and playbook. This looks like a strong partnership with Beast Mode Gym. Your audience and content style can naturally highlight what they offer and create positive, trackable local buzz. Keep things simple, consistent, and easy for families to act on. Same thing. All right. So, blah, 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 blah. Local role model, like I just said before. Encourage young athletes and families in a positive, inclusive way. Right. So, suggestions on what you could do. You can do a training spotlight mini-series. You can do an off-season strength check-in. You can do a community uplifting story. Right. So not only do you have the business identified, you understand how much it's going to take to even try to work with this, the thought process towards it, and then the actual tangible information that now you don't have to think about it. Now, if you want to think about it more, which again will help you in the long run, you should for sure either just take this as inspiration or add your own twist or spin to this. Okay. Conversation. Let's say if you want to just okay. So then in-person talking points. So let's say they don't answer the phone, they don't answer emails, they don't like. There's no way for you to like DM them and they don't respond. You better walk your butt up there and get some responses, man. So when you go in person, introduce your name, right? Name and sport, then school. I would say name, sport, then school, because again, you cannot promote the school, but you can promote who you are, and they know where you go to school based off of your other posts. So remember that, okay? So that's why it's so important to actually already have 50 posts. You should be posting about what you do and where you're at, so then now you can associate without claiming. And we'll work on that, okay? Ask about their business and goals. What matters most about Beast Mode Gym? Share your story briefly. Don't yap their ear off now. Share some ideas once they're willing to listen. Do not go in there. You see how the share 1 or 2 ideas is like the 4th point down? It is not the 1st or the 2nd or the 3rd. It's the 4th point, okay? Then ask if they're interested and listen to their reaction. Every no does not mean no, right? And like they can say no a lot of times, and they're comfortable with saying no. Meaning, keep asking until the response is "get out of here," and it's no longer no. Okay. Next step: exchange contact information and set a follow-up time. Right. Involve a parent or guardian or coach for any commitments, because it can't hurt to have an adult. Makes you seem more accountable. and things like that. All right. Why is this a good fit? Right, your audience includes local students and parents, which matches their business local focus. You post training content, which fits with the fitness-oriented brand. You have enough time each week to create content reliably. Jeez. Things to watch out for. Distance between you and this business may make content harder to shoot. If you don't have a car, right, it takes that into account, just based off your age. Make sure expectations on time and deliverables are clear before starting, because that is the biggest thing that you're going to make sure that you are doing correctly is, are you guys on the same page, right? Everyone, because this, again, so expectations are going to be skewed. Some person are going to they just want to get my feet wet. So communicate. If they do not want to over communicate, walk away. Okay. Now with this information, you got to build an outreach. Hey man. So you should build an outreach. That outreach is going to have DM and emails that you can now post, copy and paste. Help me. Copy and paste. Okay. Now, another one that I did before, the Donuttery. Stretch fit, still local. Brand 65, 60, 65. Some things match, some don't. It can work with a specific idea or an event. If you really like them, try one small test. Opportunity cost is around 4 hours, 8 weeks, still medium. Strategy and playbook. If you decide to pursue Donuttery, focus on one clear test that fits your schedule and school rules. Small, measurable response. And only expand if it generally helps your community and time balance. Again, right, it's a donut shop. So if, as an athlete, how is me shouting out a donut shop really going to work? But hey, game day fit. Hey, before home game, share a single photo. Be like, hey, donuts are 50% off before game. Back to school sports pack. Be like, hey, make sure to stop by the donut shop. They got the CCHS dozen, where if you show your student ID, you get a baker's dozen or something like that. Right? You can get creative. Community uplifting story. Say that, hey, Donuttery was willing to host our community day or Bible study or whatever you want to do. Okay. Same thing. Phone script. In-person talking points. Why is a good fit? Things to look out for. Right. Build outreach. Okay. So, partnership idea generator. So now, hey, train here. Because again, if you don't like the ideas that are already up here, you can make more. Train here. Short clips of one lift or drill at the Beast Mode Gym. 4-week strength mini-series presented by Beast Mode Gym. Family night or community day event at the Beast Mode Gym. Short recap videos by Monster Mastery. Seasonal campaign, homecoming playoffs, holiday with a simple landing link. Okay. There it is. I don't know why I said white. But outreach message builder, right? So, hey, Beast Mode. I'm Rexford football. I'm Rexford Mausoleer. Yeah, see, I didn't read it. So I'm Rexford Mausoleer at blah, blah, blah school with 500 followers. I think we'd be a good fit. I like what you're doing, and a lot of my audience is local. Two easy ideas. Train here, short clips of one lift drill. Now, again, this is just a rough draft. So you for sure need to have a parent or someone else that even. The best thing is to have someone that actually uses the business go there. So then now they have a better idea of what they would want from you. Okay. Then this is the email version, right? Just more professional, longer, right? Better way of contact. Stuff like that. Make you look professional. Make you look like a pro. You know what I mean? Now, deals. Now, this is where, let's say, if things start to not even get out of hand, but if now legislation wants to try to take control again, they're going to want to know what you're doing, how you're doing it, what's your, like, are you submitting to clearinghouse, all that different stuff. This is going to help you by just having one spot to where everything is. You can just show them, and then now they can leave you alone. But I'm telling you, there's going to be a lot of kids that are going to be thrown off at their game because now their parents are going to be stressed out because now they're almost going to get sued, or now they're going to be ineligible. All these different things are, again, a trap. They're going to try to trap you. So this is going to help us avoid the trap. All right? So NIL deals, you have all status, right? Just the initial idea. So let's say, you know what? I have like a list of businesses that I want to do, but I haven't even like discovered them yet. I just feel like I want to do Target. I just don't know which location Target or which Target location, but whatever it is, right? Put on the idea thing. Pitch, that's the ones that you have sent the message out to already. In discussion, they responded, agreed, they agreed to what you guys discussed, completed, you have delivered, dropped, is that now is after and they didn't renew the deal, okay? So, deal details and compliances and notes. they will occur based off of how the deal is structured, your scheduling. If your grade starts to drop, that's where the red flags start to pop up. Okay, because it is an ongoing check. You cannot just set it to autopilot. So this does take a team. Opportunities. So now the deals that you put in here, they will now be organized here. So this is more so my bad. So this is the tab that you're going to be showing people that when they want to start pocket watching. Here, boy. Ooh, almost said something else, but my substitute wasn't good either. So this is the thing that you can show. All right. Events. Again, what I said at the first thing, to really make that guap. Events and camps. If you can be face to face with your people and in your element, the thing they get to see the thing that they're following you for in real time. That's the whole point of the follow, right? So this is like, if you can get this down, again, this does take some public relation work. This does take some media training. This does take some kind of work. Like, you can't just stumble upon this, okay? But this is where the diamonds are right now. I'm telling you. So if we can get this down, that's why it has its own tab. You're going to be good. You're going to be in the money. Okay? Now the dashboard, business portfolio dashboard. So we have all the businesses that we looked up. Programs marked as pursue. So like, hey, like we're looking to, let's say pending, and then in discussion, right? So pending is, hey, I sent out a message, they didn't respond yet. In discussion, hey, they responded. Okay? What is this? Oh, so this is their, I guess this is somewhere, something else that you can just show collective. Let's say, okay, so then you go there. This seems extra. I'm not gonna lie, but we'll get rid of this. Oh, no, it's not. So it's just another place to organize your businesses based off of the size and level of it. This is like, again, this is that next level to where local businesses or local deals, you're probably not going to submit to the clearinghouse because, again, they need to be under $600. They need to be over $600 to be posted to the clearinghouse. But I doubt regional and national brands will be willing to spend so little if they're that caliber of business, because they need eyes. Now, if there is a big business that is willing to pay you a little bit, that's situational, right? If you're willing just to be like, hey, you know what, I got sponsored by Nike. Like, that's a great stamp. Like, you're a Nike athlete. That's great. So for sure, just identify each opportunity, see what works best for you. Okay. But now this is, again, another dashboard to which I will for sure clean this up. You'll be able just to see the business, the address, the status, what's going on, right? That's just a quick look. Profile preview. So what we put in here, athlete profile, this is what you'll be able to see. So bam, bam, boom, recruiting snapshot. So the recruiting profile, that's down here. So once you have that will be here. What you're looking for, that is, we will put that, I believe that is under the recruiting board, but I will get to that, okay? Brand and story, right? That was inputted during the athlete thing. So now, resources. So resources, these are just the NIL resources that are out there. So let's say, hey, you want to have a better reference of what the hell's going on. Bada boom, bada bing. All these tools and all these resources, originally they are for, honestly, the college level. So the information and the help that you're going to see here is somewhat subjective, but hey, it's all good. Athletic brand building and marketing, good grief. So this one is like again, it's more for college. NIL store, you'll be able to, sell your jersey, you get paid for it. Get out of my face. Canva, so this is more sort of for making your posts and stuff like that, getting your brand kit going, have a better understanding of what you look like and how your content is going to look consistently. Excuse me. The YouTube Creator Academy, you're going to be here, creating, you're going to be cooking, you're going to be chefing. But if you need help, right, this is a great place to start. TikTok for Business, same thing. More so for short form content, great place to start if you feel like you have no idea what to do. But I know this younger generation, you guys learn more day to day than what you can probably learn from these guides. But again, these are more so for, let's say, the teachers or the people who are on your team, not necessarily just the athlete. free tools and platforms. So Linktree, this is the best way to have everything in one spot, which honestly I have a better tool than that, but I'll add that. And then Bitly, a trackable link. This is where you really need Bitly. So this is the thing to where if you have some kind of campaign with a company that now they want to keep track of how many eyes that you are directing towards their business, this is a great feature or great tool for you to be able to, make some money. Let them know, like, hey, I'm about my stuff, right? I got this audience that will follow me wherever I go. Bada boom, bada bing. Guidelines we talked about in the beginning. That's just way back here. NIL Hub. This is a place, similar thing, just more. This is like dry information. This is for the grandpa on the team that really wants to just understand, well, what's really going on. Let me see if I don't believe a website. I need documentation. I need something. So that's stuff here, right? Just a different format, but still information that you can learn. This is my school community. If you still want to learn more, right? Again, I'm here for for your help. It's free too. So school, join this community, and then I'll be happy to help you. And we will work on this thing together, and we will, we'll make things change. I was about to promise money. I don't want to promise money, but we will make things happen. We will change something because there's too much out here for something not to happen. Okay, but it might not be money. It might be free gear. It might be just getting more people to attend your game. And let's say if you have more people attending your game, then you can actually, maybe even you have your family do some kind of event, like I don't know, like it's so deep. Like we can do so much. I just don't want to overshare because hey man, I can't sell myself out. Come on now. But hey, join the community, and I'll yap your ear off all day about different ways to get paid. Okay. Now, vendor directory, trusted partners. So this is pretty much the collective. But right now, collectives are categorized within areas and districts. This is more so for like, hey, this is like around the country. So this is better for those regional and national level businesses to where you see like, oh, hey, like they took a chance on an athlete. Let me see if I can reach out to them. This is just a faster step. So then now you don't have to do the whole business and discover. But then now if none of these businesses align with your brand or your ethics, then you have to do a little bit of work on your end. Okay. Now the recruiting. This is very important because, right, you can only do NIL as long as you're an athlete. This is why I'm so mad. If I knew how to do this, I wouldn't be going down this route. I'd be trying to make some money just because, like, hey, I played sports at one time. But now, this is I got to finish this. But you'll be able to, is going to be similar as a discovery page. But then now you'll be able to look up any level, the sport, in the area. So let's say if I say D1 football, let's say California, buddy. Search. It should pop up. But since it's not popping up right now, it'll be a list. Right? It'll be a different list of things here. And then from there, the recruiting board. Non-contacted, researching, contacted, in conversation, offer received, committed, archived. Okay. So, man, I don't know why it's broken. Let's see if the other thing is working. So, un momento, por favor. Let's transfer over. No, go back. Hey, swing on over. Nope. Yep. Let's go right there. Okay. Y'all see why I'm handing this out for free at first, right? You see I need some help. Okay. So the recruiter tab. So let's say football. Let's say hey man, yeah. Say the D1 level. Let's say California. And then we search it, and then nothing pops up. That's great. Okay, so schools will pop up. The ones that you select, it should be categorized in here. Like if you contacted them or not, right? It's going to be the same drop-down menu as you see in the business section. And then the blast is same thing. The same outreach message that you're going to have with businesses. Now it's just the coaches. So you got the coach's name, email, school, sport, level, You have your highlight clip. Copy and paste your Huddle or YouTube from your profile. You have a description if you want. So let's say if you have full game highlights, not just like your overall season highlights, you'll be able to describe different kind of videos. So then now they can navigate and they can look exactly what they're looking for. They can find exactly what they're looking for. Man, I'm so close. All right. Compose and send. So, right, this is like, okay, I have an email by and then I type that out. Like, hey, check me out. I'd love to be at your school, and I'd love to do all these different things, man. And, you need me, bro. I'm a great player, blah, blah, blah. Okay? Then I'll send that out. But that's based off of the email that I sent up here. Then recent outreach, they will start to be recorded right there. Sounds good? Okay. So, thank you for sticking with me. I know this was a long video. This is about, an hour. But hey, if you really are ready to make some moolah, some guap, some guap, some whatever it takes, take your time, really watch through this video, and join my school community because I'll be happy to help. Because I'm not gonna hate from outside the club, right? I can't get in. You're right. I'm hating from outside the club, and that is an old reference for those. Look at me now, Chris Brown. Anyway, I'm hating from outside the club, but I'm trying to find a way to get in by starting my own damn club. Okay, so I'll see you guys out here. Hopefully, I'll see you in my school community. See you next time.